Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 in our new Blitzkrieg, the Lightning War series. So it is turn 63 already, and we're going to fly through several more this episode. Oh, we started with a boost. With plans to house many scrolls in the libraries of your campuses, your people begin to record the history of your empire. Your progress towards recorded history has advanced considerably. Why was that? Did we perhaps finish a library somewhere? That's probably what it was. Hang on, let's see. We just finished in Cologne. Campus completed. Yes, that's what it was. So speaking of that, oh, we're not quite at 105 faith, but we will be in about 2 turns or so we'll be able to buy that outright. Let's see, Cologne could probably use, well, I was talking at the end of the last episode about the need to build an additional settler to go up here and try for the pyramids. I don't know whether or not that's going to be doable, but I think I still want to try it. So yeah, let's go ahead and queue that settler up there because, again, we just need to take as much advantage of this situation that we find ourselves in as possible. It's really unusual, and I'm not going to lie. At the end of the last episode, when I finished recording, I was, like, a little bit iffy about whether or not I wanted to maybe re-record and do a different, run. But, at the end of the day, I think Civilization 6 has many different ways that it can play out, and ultimately I think that's what makes it interesting. So, obviously, I decided not to do that. But yeah, it's weird not to know who our opponent is yet, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, it's 2050 BC, so there's plenty of years of history, even on quick speed, to be had and to be explored in terms of the possibilities.
Sometimes the wheel turns slowly, but it turns.
Okay, so we just unlocked the watermill finally, and also I think I can go ahead and buy that library. Yes, I can. Have I built one anywhere else? A campus anywhere else? No, I haven't. I have 35 gold, not making the most money anymore, unfortunately. Let's see, speaking of that, I could go ahead and unlock currency if I wanted to, but that would be at the expense of some of the earlier policies. Let's go ahead and get sailing, because that's just going to take 1 turn, and we'll be able to exploit some of the coastal resources near our cities. For instance, I don't have any, but eventually we'll be able to. Maybe up here. Yeah, there's some crabs up here once I have a city near this coast that I'll be able to exploit. Meanwhile, this scout is going to head straight north because we need to explore north of Carthage, and that's pretty much the only area, save for going across that land bridge.
Vessels large may venture more, but little boats should keep near shore.
Okay. Save from this land bridge, that's the only area of my little part of the world that I haven't explored yet. I think I do. Let's go for irrigation, because we have, I think, a number. Yeah, we've got a number of resources near us, and we have amenity issues, so we need to go for that as soon as possible. Really should have gone for that, I think, before we went for sailing. But sailing was just 1 turn. Why not knock it out? We're 8 turns now away from Apadana and Aachen, which is great. All right, now I could go for another campus right now. Oh, there's actually a really good spot for one if I had 45 gold. But we're not going to have 45 gold for another... it's going to be 3 or 4 turns, given that that's just less than 2. But what could I do in the meantime? Tell you what, let's go ahead and get a builder queued up in Heidelberg to kind of pass that time, and then maybe start a campus after that fact. We'll buy that spot with gold and be happy. Uh-oh. What do we have? All right, so we have a new encampment that just spawned down there. We've got one down here as well. So we haven't had a barbarian problem yet, but we're about to start having one. I'm not, again, we don't know who our opponent is, and we haven't had a barbarian issue for the entirety of the game. Why? I don't quite understand myself, but I'm not expecting that to stay that way. Let's see, we could do a builder here in 5 turns. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that as well. As much as I would like to keep cranking out settlers to no end, we also need to make sure that these cities are productive and are really taking advantage of all of their tiles.
The man who has grit enough to bring about the afforestation of the irrigation.
So now we can build plantations. This warrior is just hanging out in Aachen, which is where I want him. I mean, maybe we need... Let's bring this warrior a little bit further down to Heidelberg. That's going to be an important step. And then... archery would be good, considering the fact that we are about to deal with... Yeah, let's go ahead and get archery. If we're gonna have barbarians knocking on our doors, we want to have archers ready to train, ready to go. All right, we got some more desert up here, so potential
people who cannot find time for recreation are sooner or later to find time for illness.
All right. I want to keep that going as long as I can, but the second I have barbarians show up, we can get the discipline policy set up as soon as we have the opportunity to change civics. I'm going to go for mysticism just so I can get that extra envoy. And what do we have here? We have great person. Nice. Hypatia. Libraries provide +1 science and instantly builds a library in any district. That's handy. Your knowledge of education has advanced considerably as well as a result of Hypatia's arrival. That's good news. Another goodie hut. I was thinking we'd find one. Now, I have a library in all of my campus districts at the moment. I think what I'm going to do is actually send Hypatia down to Heidelberg, and we're going to wait to use her until such time as, right, this builder's done. That's good. Let's go ahead and get that coffee improved so we can start fixing our amenities problems. And now we can build that campus, I believe. Oh, now it's 50. The price went up. All right, so we can't do it till next turn. Well, crap. That's stupid. Game lied. Well, the game didn't lie to me, but it's just... All right, let's go ahead and train a slinger then. We're going to wait for 3 more turns. Just train it straight up, and then we'll get that campus. Price went up. Damn it. Oh, nice. So we got the boost for archery.
I shot an arrow into the air.
As a result of that.
Yosemite Valley, to me, is always a sun.
Okay, and a natural wonder. Hypatia, just hang out. You were going to have something to do, but then the game decided to trick me. It was saying it was going to be, what, 45 gold, right? And then totally changed it. Let's see, bronze working. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for bronze working as well, because that production bonus on top of the bonuses we get as Germany is going to be handy. So our warrior is on their way down. We have a new envoy available to us. I'm going to go ahead and go for... Jerusalem wants a great merchant. I'm going to go ahead and go for this one. Now, this means that Jerusalem will also start putting out religious pressure. Hey, look, my cities are actually already becoming religious of their own right. We haven't even had to train any missionaries yet. That's awesome. So, yeah, let's go ahead and go for suzerain status with Jerusalem, which will give us extra faith per turn, but also will turn Jerusalem into a Catholic city, which is strange in a weird way. But... what does it mean to be strange in a weird way? But yeah, it's weird. So Catholicism is now the religion of Jerusalem, and they are, if you missed this in episode 1, they are exerting religious pressure as if it were a holy city. So Catholicism is off to a pretty good start, especially when you consider the fact that we only have one opponent. All right, I'm going to keep looking around up here to see what else is going on. I'm hoping to find at least one more goodie hut. Need to wait a few more turns.
I like to say I practice militant mysticism. I'm absolutely sure of some things that I don't quite know.
Okay, so now we have access to the Oracle, which I would like to build if I can pull it off. We're going to try for it. Still haven't seen any barbarians, no scouts. Not sure why. I feel like they're sending their scouts just in weird directions. Military tradition. This would be good for the flanking and support combat bonuses. 50% production towards ancient and classical era heavy and light cavalry units. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Well, you know what? No. I'm going to go for drama and poetry first so I have access to amphitheaters. I feel like that's going to be the better choice ultimately. I have to remember what difficulty level we're playing on here. Okay. It would be better to build the Oracle in Aachen, considering the fact that we're about to build Apadana there, because that's going to give us additional envoys, right? So... maybe the watermill is the next best choice here. The shrine could be... let's go for the shrine first, just to really increase the amount of faith we're getting. I'm going to go ahead and go for suzerain status of Carthage. And that way, when we start getting encampment districts, they'll give us trade routes just by being suzerain of that city-state. And this guy... hang on, we've got a couple of places that... actually, yeah, for our desert city, I think I'm going to go up here. It's 9 tiles. We're going to have to send our scout that direction just to make sure it's safe. But I'd rather have the desert city there because it looks like there's a river source. It'll be a better city overall. All right, let's improve that coffee. Now, that's not going to single-handedly do away with our amenity issues, but it'll start. And I think I'll send the builder further up to improve some of the nearby tea. And then we might be okay for a bit. 5 turns there, 6 turns there. That's a bonus resource. Yeah, closest is that, so it's 5 turns away, but that might help us. Now, yeah, you still need to wait. We're waiting for that archer to finish training.
My ancestor Darius made this Apadana, but it was burnt down. By the grace of Ahura Mazda, Anahita, and Mithra, I reconstructed this Apadana.
Okay.
Bronze is the mirror of the form.
Not bad. All right, so now we have access to iron, and then we have spearman units, encampments, and we can build barracks. New research project. I think currency. Additional gold would be a good idea. Let's go ahead and work on that. Yeah, Oracle's 10 turns away. I'm going to go ahead and do this. We'll put it in on the tile that's, well, no, that's the same type of tile as there, so it really doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and just put it right next to the Apadana. Meanwhile, Magdeburg needs a production project. I think a water mill would probably be the best idea here. Is there a good spot for a campus? Well, we've got another city that is going to be working on that soon, so... Cologne would be a good city to build an entertainment district. If we could put one, like, right here. Hang on. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that city would be arranged. Actually, you know what? Yeah, see, this would be... You could tell from the color of this tile using this particular overlay from the mod we're using. These tiles, if I put it anywhere in here, it would help all 4 of my cities with its eventual buildings that give 6 tile bonuses. It's pretty awesome. So we're not going to do an entertainment complex there. Let's just go ahead and go for the watermill for the food bonus and that as well. And then, yeah, we've got 2 envoys. Nice. So let's go ahead and do 1 in each. That gives us suzerain status over Carthage. And then we're going to start heading this direction with our scout, again, to get a clearer idea of what's going on in that area. And a new builder finish up here. That's good news. So let's go ahead and improve that tile. Now, if we put you on production focus, that will help you finish that a little bit sooner, so that's good. And then why don't you come over here and improve that rice and then those horses, and we will be happy campers. 1 more turn, Hypatia, and you can finally have a purpose, I promise you. Okay, campus. Okay, now we can finally buy this. The +3 tile is going to be the way to go, I think. Let's put it right there. It's actually going to take 12 turns, Hypatia, until you have a purpose. So let's just put you to sleep, and we'll come back to you. Nice. I knew there'd be another goodie hut. So we got on top of that hill, got a little bit more visibility there as a result. You know, these barbarians are really not coming to see me, so let's go to see them. Might be asking for a little bit of trouble, but let's, since we know they haven't sent a scout, we might be able to just go ahead and take care of these barbarians and get some experience for these units in the process. A little bit of faith. All right, there's some more going on up here. I thought this might be just a shoreline, but it looks like we've got a little bit of a peninsula, maybe more. Could run into our opponent finally. How crazy would it be if we made it through 2 entire episodes without knowing who we're playing against? What's that? Chichen Itza has been built. Chichen Itza?
If it does not bring you happiness, will at least help you be miserable in comfort.
Hold on. How far down is Chichen Itza? Okay, that wonder has got to be on the civics tree. They're already at guilds. See, this is the downside of playing an Immortal game when you can't challenge the AI early on and do damage to them and take some of their units away and distract them. They are just, wherever they are, they're producing like a powerhouse right now. So we can potentially catch up to them if we continue to build a ton of cities and, you know, play wide and really take advantage of every resource that we have. But we've got to stay on top of it. And the second we find them, we pretty much have to declare war. All right, looks like we found some barbarian swordsmen, which is not good. They're going to be strong against us. But let's see. I don't really have any... I have 1 coastal city. Yeah, I guess so we can go for the harbor so we have access to that. Okay, so that's been done. Why don't you come down there and improve those horses? That'll be good. Excellent. All right, so now our amenity problem has been dealt with. Cities will grow a little bit faster, which is nice. Can I put you on production focus? Yes, that'll help with the campus. 9 turns away instead. Very good. And let's see what happens here.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players.
Now, if I'm not careful, I'm going to lose this archer. So let's see. What would the best move to make be? I could step him back here and move the warrior up here, and then fire on that unit. So let's go ahead and do it. And that way, if we need to, we can kind of withdraw back towards Heidelberg, and then we get a nice defensive bonus from Defender of the Faith. Should be okay. All right, I'm going to go for military tradition so we can then move towards, again, both edges of this. I want to make sure that we have access to any policy that's going to give us an additional envoy. All right, this is where I wanted to build my... Yeah. I think if we put it there or there, we'll be happy. Yeah, it's going to be the best spot. Let's just put it right there. 12 turns away. Let's put them on production focus so it'll be done a little bit faster. Is Aachen on production focus? Yes, it is. How about Magdeburg? Yes, it is. Good. All right, definitely more terrain up here. Who the hell are we playing against? Seriously. All right, so we've got roads between these three cities. I need to transfer you down to Heidelberg so that we have a road going up to the capital as well. Or maybe to Cologne. We'll have to see what the more lucrative trade route would be. But, all right, so for this city, I kind of... We do have access to lumber mills, don't we? Or do we not yet? No, we don't. We need more production for the city, which is why I was thinking about it, but... In the meantime... Let's see, bananas would give additional food and production... I mean, it wouldn't hurt to just improve another one of the tea near us. That way, when we do meet our opponent, we could trade and get stuff for it. But the only concern I have right now with our AI and the fact that they are in a separate part of the world is, I've kind of already alluded to it in this episode. I'm concerned with the problem of a... Did they just kill our warrior? Okay. I'm concerned with the problem of a runaway AI, where because... of this particular situation, I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can actually... No, I didn't want to... All right, fine. How many times has that happened recently in Civ 6? I did not want to give that order. I don't know. I think I, was pointing to them, and then I did, a brief drag or something. I don't even know how that happened. But maybe I did misclick, but I can't... I made no decision that I'm aware of to make that click, and yet, for whatever reason, the archers fired. So, let's come up here. Tell you what, if we back you off a little bit and fortify you, they would have to make a decision between killing that warrior and attacking that archer. They'd probably go for killing the warrior, I imagine, but it would suck if we lost the warrior. But at the same time, I think it will be okay. Let's go ahead and go for... Let's go for another archer. Why not? And then we need to do a trader. Yeah, Cologne is actually going to be the better city to trade with in terms of food bonuses. So yeah, that's awesome. This is going to be kind of a central city. Even though Aachen's the capital and the major production center, this central city, literally central city in terms of the continent, is going to be our main trade hub. Nice. Another goodie hut. I can't complain about all the goodie huts. I might even try and make another scout, if at all possible. We're 5 turns away from the campus. There we go. The game gave us a recon unit. That's perfect. So why don't we send that recon unit up here? Once again, I didn't click Jerusalem. I think the main issue, and I've talked about this in past episodes of Civ 6 on the channel. All right, we found another barbarian encampment, and that looks like the edge of the continent. I think the main issue is that Civ 6 registers up clicks as clicks, so it's a little bit... Oh, nice. Okay, well that was a dumb move to make. They didn't attack the warrior, and now I can hit them with my archer and weaken them considerably. And the archer's promotable, so I can heal them next turn. The warrior's protected. Oh, that was a ridiculously stupid move. Tell you what, let's just continue to fire with you. If you attack the archer, that's fine. I'll just promote them and heal them. Meanwhile, I just weakened you even more, and you're barbarian, so your units can't heal. Alright, let's keep that scout off of the shore. It's really good that we got that promotion. But yeah, Civilization 6 registers up clicks, as in when you're releasing the mouse button, it registers those as clicks. So it can be a little bit distracting. Alright, let's go ahead and give them... Let's give them Bali, and then we're going to have... Let's continue withdrawing this warrior. It's going to be a little close. I might still have to withdraw that archer to a certain extent, but I don't want to lose either of the units, so we'll see what we can do. Magdeburg could probably benefit from having a galley, but before anything else, let's go ahead and go for another settler. We're going to need that. This archer, I'm going to go ahead and bring them down towards Heidelberg. Yes! Another goody hut. This is awesome. This is the upside of not having another civ exploring this space. Okay. So they just took more damage from attacking me, and I should be able to finish them off now.
Set your course by the stars, not by the lights of every passing ship. I don't underrate the value of military.
All right, so that should have given us another envoy, I believe. Let's go ahead and finish this guy off. Done. 5 experience, so this archer is close to getting to level 2, which is exactly what we wanted. We want those units to get a little bit stronger. Let's go ahead and go for horseback riding so we can get that production bonus. Because we don't quite have our desert city yet, there's no sense researching Petra. We still want to go for the pyramids, which evidently the other AI has not built yet. Shame on them. If I go for theology, I'll get access to the temple and another envoy. If I go for military training, I'll get access to raid and veterancy and an envoy as well. Mausoleum at Halicarnassus is a Great Admiral-related wonder, and then recorded history. This would give us boosts to all classical and ancient era technologies. Now the question is, how are we doing on those? I feel like we're already... Actually, no, we still have... We would need boosts to 4 more. So that's not the worst wonder to... If we went for building the Great Library, let's try for it. We're going to need to do all we can in terms of building wonders to accelerate the economy.
I sprang upon the swift ship in the form of a dolphin. Pray to me as Apollo Delphinius. Also the altar itself shall be called Delphinius and overlooked forever.
Alright, so that's going to give us additional envoys too, which is nice, because we built another wonder. But that's what I was saying, is that we need to do everything we can to really crank up our economy in order to be, you know, productive and able to keep up with this AI, because we have the problem, potentially, of a runaway AI. So there are no wonders that I can currently build in Aachen, which is perfect. That gives me a bit of a reprieve to go ahead and build a watermill, which is just going to take 3 turns. And then we have these 2 new envoys, so let's go ahead and just put 1 in each. Jerusalem still wants a great merchant. Again, not going to happen anytime soon, but I get some gold there, and the scout leveled up. So now let's go ahead and give them sentry, so they can see through woods and jungle, and I think the other scout should be getting close up there, kind of. We're still sending them up north. Alright, and these guys are both kind of fortified until healed. Meanwhile, we're almost done with that campus, finally. So let's send Hypatia over there. And now all of our libraries will produce more science, and we got a free library, so we didn't have to spend faith to get that. Speaking of that, do we have access to anything else that we can buy with faith? I don't think we do. I mean, we have missionaries, but right now, our religion's doing fine. So we don't need to train missionaries, and we can save up for a while. So let's go for the watermill in Heidelberg first, and then it looks like we have access to some new campuses, or some new districts, rather, that we need to build. Okay. Best location for this city. I mean, that wouldn't be bad. Hang on. Yeah, that would be closest to all the desert tiles. Yeah, let's just put it right there. It's inland. It's got mountains all nearby it. There's several great That's a fantastic campus spot right there. This is the city of Ulm, and it's going to be awesome. All right, what would be... I guess since it is a desert city, the granary is the first sensible choice. Or maybe the watermill, even though it takes a little bit longer. +1 food and +1 housing, or +1 food, +1 production. Yeah, let's go for the production bonus first.
A man on a horse is spiritually as well as physically bigger than a man on foot.
All right, it's now 1360 BC, almost to turn 100. And we've got access to the stable and the horsemen finally. And I'm probably going to train some horsemen because we need the ability to ride around and not only fight barbarians, but just ride around in general. Let's go ahead and research mathematics so we can have access to Petra. If we can get Petra, that'll really help Ulm be a powerhouse city. And then if we... Yep, let's go ahead and go for that 6 envoy bonus in Jerusalem, and now we're making a lot of faith. No complaints. We're going to send our scout back across the continent. So we're actually going to have 2 scouts exploring up on the other side at the same time. This looks like it might be an entirely separate landmass. That could be one of the explanations for why we haven't seen our opponent yet, which is... Again, it's strange, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm going to make a few decisions here, and I think I do want to go ahead and cut this episode here. But first, let's see. Aachen. Yeah, see, there's lots of... The encampment is I think, what I want to build in Aachen, just to continue to not only give us good production, but again, we are suzerain of Carthage. So just building an encampment will give us access to another trade route, which is quite nice. Now, where would be the best spot to build one? I could build one on the coast and help defend against anything that might attack us. For instance, I could build one here. That actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. Yeah, let's go ahead and put it right there. That way, if anything does attack us from the coast at any point, because it seems like more of the map is over here, then we'll have a little bit of extra defense there once walls are built in the city anyway. Let's go that direction, and we're going to finish up this turn. Oh, good. Our warriors healed up, so we can go ahead and send our scouts or our units back down this direction. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here because it is 11:32 on the day that this episode's supposed to go out. I am going to cut this here so I can encode and upload it and hopefully not be late. We'll see how it goes. But in the next one, we're going to explore over here, see if we can find our opponent at long last, and just continue to do as much as we can to, again, bolster the economy with wonders and bonuses from city-states and stuff, because otherwise, this AI is just going to run away with the game. We're going to need to found new cities. We're going to need to build a bunch of wonders. It's just... And then we're going to have to, as soon as we find them, I've said this already, but we're going to have to declare war and just try and tie them up as much as we can. So the other thing we have to do is kind of build an army that's capable of moving to where they are and doing a little bit of damage. And first we have to find them. So we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes in Blitzkrieg, the Lightning War, are coming out every day at noon Eastern Time, along with the rest of my historical and grand strategy content in that time slot. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.